Hello everyone, you're watching Campus Channel and we're here with École Polytechnique. We're going to talk about their graduate program in Artificial Intelligence and Advanced Visual Computing. We have the program co-director Erwan Skornetz here to take your questions, but first we're going to start with the pitch. All right, Erwan, you have 60 seconds flat. Are you ready?
Yeah.
All right, go.
So artificial intelligence is at the edge between computer science and machine learning. It's a new field and its recent advances are quite impressive. Most well-known applications of artificial intelligence are to be found in personal assistants, for example, home assistant or smartphone assistant, or in robots, for example, designing robots to help for medicine, or for many other applications. So École Polytechnique decided to open up a new program, a new master program, a graduate degree program, of course, which is focusing on artificial intelligence and advanced visual computing. It's a 2 years program, so we are hiring both for first year and second year students. It will be, all courses will be taught in English, of course. And we are designing a particular partnership with many companies. Students will be able to interact with companies in transverse project and several internships in first and second years.
All right. Time's up.
Yeah.
All right, good job. Great job.
Thank you.
All right, we're going to move on to the face-to-face. Please remember to keep sending us your questions. They're going to show up right there. Here's the first question right here, Erwan, if you'll take this for us.
Do I need experience in AI or robotics to apply? Do I need to already know how to code? So it depends whether you are applying for first or second year, because this year, since it's a new program, we open up both first and second year. Mm-hmm. So if you're looking, if you want to apply for first year, you will not need to have any particular experience in AI or in robotics, but you will need strong or at least very good skills in computer science mm-hmm. and in mathematics. So we are hiring students with mathematics and computer science background.
Okay.
And if you want to apply for second year, you will need to have some knowledge about the implementation of algorithms, so mostly about computer science. And you will also need to know about machine learning, so you will need to know several algorithms of machine learning, like PCA, random forest, whatever. Yeah.
So what's the ideal profile of candidates that you're looking for?
So we're looking for French students. We're looking for a bachelor degree in computer science and in mathematics mm-hmm. for the first year, and the equivalent for the second year, but with a master level, a first year master level in computer science and in mathematics. And for foreigner students, we're looking for strong backgrounds in both disciplines, and it depends. Basically, you will have to need an expertise in one of these two fields, and you will have to need some knowledge about the other field. But it really depends. We study all files, all profiles, case by case. So it depends.
All right, let's take this question here.
Since this is a new program at Polytechnique, what has gone into the design of the curriculum? So we decided to open this program because AI is a new field. It's a promising field because we see, I don't know every day, but pretty much every day, many advances in AI. For example, in the last few weeks, there was a conference from Google where you could see that smartphone or AI was able to discuss and to make an appointment with to book some haircut. Mm-hmm. So basically, you see that AI is a very promising field. And so we started to discuss with companies to see what were their need and what we want students to learn after this program. So we put some basic machine learning and AI course, for example, deep learning and reinforcement learning, which are the basis of artificial intelligence from a mathematical point of view. And we also decided to put some extra emphasis into the visual computing part. So basically, visual computing is about dealing with images or videos, either to interpret them, trying to figure out what are the main components of the image or of the videos. But it's also about creating, designing, synthesizing videos or images, either for like 3D world, for example, in video games, or for creating movies, numerical movies.
So are these all classes that already existed at Polytechnique and other programs, or are these brand new courses that you're offering?
So it depends. In first year, most classes are also proposed to École Polytechnique students, but in second year, all courses are new. So, for example, deep learning, reinforcement learning, and all the courses about visual computing are totally new.
And how did this program come about at Polytechnique? Why launch this program?
So the idea was that we discussed with companies, and we saw that there was really a need for students that were able to implement efficiently algorithms, because in France we are quite good with mathematics, but maybe we're not. There are not many many curriculums that focus both on mathematics and informatics, and that provide students with the ability to implement efficiently these types of algorithms. So this was the basic part, the basic idea of this formation.
All right, let's take this question here.
How many students will you accept into this program? Good question. So for both years, we will accept 30 students. So 30 students for first year and 30 students for second year. That's it. We're looking for we want a strong proportion of students to be foreign or international students, because it's a program which is open to the world.
So diversity will be important to this program?
Yeah, of course. And we hope to have some scholarship that we will propose, and scholarship will be we will be more likely to give scholarships to students that are international students compared to students that are French students.
Okay, let's take this question right here.
Since this is a brand new program, what is Polytechnique's experience and level of expertise in AI? A good question too. So basically AI, so you can define AI in many different ways. AI has a strong component in machine learning, which is a field between computer science and applied mathematics. So we have a strong expertise in machine learning at École Polytechnique, both in the department of applied mathematics and in the department of computer science. For example, we have a team which has a partnership with the national health insurance in France.
Okay.
And this team is dealing with data. They are dealing with particular reimbursement data that come from each time you pay for medication. So there is really a need to analyze this data, to process this data, either from a computational point of view, because there are huge databases, so we really need to implement efficiently these algorithms. And you also need to provide some relevant status, because you want at the end to provide the answer whether this medication is good or not, whether this is really important medication, really important drugs, or whether you would prefer to give these other drugs to these other type of patient.
Okay.
So basically, we have a strong expertise in machine learning, and we have also expertise because it's really close. Machine learning is really close to AI, so we have a really strong expertise in AI at École Polytechnique. And Marie-Paul Cany, who is one of the co-directors of this program, is a specialist of visual computing. So she is also able to taught classes about that, and she will taught the classes about this program in the second year.
So before this program was launched, were there research projects pertaining to AI and data visualization already in place at Polytechnique?
So we have many projects. Like you can say there are projects about AI, but or there are projects about machine learning, because the difference is not quite very clear. But we have many projects, like as I say, for health insurance or other type of projects. Yeah.
All right, and what do you envision this program doing in the future? Do you hope this program will take on more projects like or more research, such as with the national healthcare system?
So we hope this program will help creating collaboration maybe between different researchers in École Polytechnique and in the world, because we will hope that we will be able to invite some world-class researchers from all over the world to taught some particular conference on some particular classes for this program and for other students in École Polytechnique. So really this program is about training students so that they will be able to find jobs in AI fields, but it's also creating collaboration all over the world.
So you mentioned you want to invite collaborators and experts in their fields to come to Polytechnique. Who are some of the experts, or what are some of the professors who have expertise who will be teaching in this particular program?
So in visual computing, so most professors that are teaching teach in this program come from École Polytechnique or Telecom or ENSTA or INRIA, because they are all partners for this program. But we hope to invite some researchers from all over the world, for example, the US, from Berkeley, from Stanford, from the Canada, from Tokyo. There are many places where people are doing machine learning, and we will have a seminar, a weekly seminar, dealing with mainly with ethics, laws, and technical skills to implement machine learning and AI algorithms. And we will hope to invite some really strong professor, really skilled professor, into this seminar in order to give, so that they can give the students their vision of the world and their vision of AI.
All right, very good. Let's take this question here.
What kinds of programs and software should we be familiar with before starting? Okay, so basically, if you want to apply for the first year, you will have to know about programming, of course, because we want students to have a strong background in computer science. I think that Python, which is a software program, is a really good program to start with, because many applications in machine learning are done with Python. Of course, you can maybe you want to know about C, which is also a language which can be used, can be interfaced with Python. But you do not have to have any particular skills. Okay, so this won't be mandatory in order to attend this program. What we want, first we want students that are able to implement software, implement algorithm. We do not want students that already know about Python, already know about C. There will be classes about C, there will be classes about Python in this program. So this is not a mandatory skills to have. But of course, we will have to already know some basics about programming.
Okay. Yeah. So what are some of the other software that students might be learning in this program besides Python and the C language?
So I think Python and C are the most programming languages that will be used in this program. Maybe, no, I don't think we will use R, because R is also a programming language, but I think there won't be classes about that. So basically, Python and C are the basic programming skills.
All right, moving on. Up next, we're going to take a quick break from the face-to-face because it's time for 3 words max. Our guest has 3 words to describe his program, and he gets 1 phrase to explain each word. So, Erwan, what will word number 1 be?
So word number 1 be research,
okay,
because this program deals with capacities, abilities that will be used in order to perform research in AI, because we want students after this program to go into a PhD, either in private or public companies.
All right, number 2?
So number 2 would be innovation, because I think AI is, as I said before, AI is a very promising field. I think AI is going to change the future, because you have many applications in many different fields. So we'll hope to train students that will change the future.
Very good. And very last word, number 3.
Responsibility, because we want, as I said, we will have a seminar on law and ethics, and we want students to question themselves about the algorithm and the devices they're going to design, and the way these algorithms are going to change the world.
You're very well prepared for 3 words max. Great job. Let's take this next question here.
The curriculum seems very broad, covering augmented reality, computer graphics, and robotics. Is it possible to specialize? So actually, this curriculum is not very specific, but quite specific because maybe, as I said, visual computing is a very precise part of artificial intelligence. So you have basically in this program you will have 3 different type of courses. You will have courses about machine learning, which are courses dealing with statistical algorithms. You also have courses about visual computing, which deals with the interpreting and designing images or videos. And you will have courses about robotics. So there really are one strong component, which is machine learning, and which is the basic component of all AI program. And then 2 specificity of this program, which are robotics and visual computing. So it's already a specialized program.
So machine learning is the foundation of this program?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then how much is it divided equally between robotics and the visual computing?
Yes, so you will have 2 courses about, so in second year you will have 2 courses about robotics, and 3, it depends on what you put in visual computing, but let's say 3 courses about visual computing.
Okay.
So it's really balanced.
So is it possible for students to specialize in any of these through this program, or are they able to bring their own interest into this program and pursue those?
So all courses are mandatory. There is no option in these courses, but students will have a transverse project during all second year, which is a project done in partnership with companies. So they will be able to design algorithm and to see what are the problematics from companies and try to answer them. So in this transverse project, they will be able to see what are the basic problems encountered in companies and try to choose this project in order to fit their hobbies, what they want.
So no electives in this program, everything, it's a fixed curriculum?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, let's take this question here.
How is the program structured? There are options for 1 and 2 years program. So as I said, for second year, there are no options. All courses are mandatory. And for first year, so there will be like one option because you will be able to choose. So you will have 3 periods of, let's say, 3 months, 3 months, and 6 months. First and second period are courses, and third period is an internship, either on private or public companies. And for the first 2 periods, you will have to choose, let's say, 4 courses among 5. So we have a small choice to make at some point, but this will basically there is a fixed curriculum, a fixed set of courses to choose.
So is it possible to do this program in 1 year, or is it 2 years?
It's
all the way through. Okay.
So it's 2 years. Basically, it's 2 years. But since it's a new program, we open up both first and second year. So this year, it's possible to enter first year or second year. But next year, we don't know yet if we will still open first and second year. But that's a standard way for this program is to enter in first year.
What are the qualifications to enter into the second year directly?
So you will have to know about machine learning, to have strong skill in computer science and in applied mathematics, and basically know some stuff about Python and C, because these are stuff that are really taught in first year.
So will there be specific classes that they should have already taken, or how will they prove their competencies in these particular areas to enter into year 2?
So we'll just study each file, seeing what courses they have followed in the previous years. We will have also 1 or 2 weeks of refreshers at the beginning of the second year and first year in order to, let's say, try to smooth differences between students. So we hope at the beginning of the second year to have students that have pretty much the same knowledge about Python, C, and capacities in applied mathematics in machine learning.
All right, let's take this question.
What other education will I need after this master to find employment? So it depends where you want to be employed. So if you want to seek a job in, let's say, so basically to start over, this program is about training students so that they can pursue with a PhD. So the idea is to train students in order so that they can do research in AI. So we want maybe the standard curriculum after this program would be to pursue with a PhD, either in private or public companies. You can do a PhD in many different companies, but usually you have not so many PhDs that are done in startups. So if you want to, if really what you want to do is to create your own startup, or if you want to go into a startup, then I think you will have to go into that startup. You can go into the startup just after this program. But usually what we want to do is that to have students that pursue with a PhD and then get hired in some really huge companies in research department for this, in R&D, research and development part for this company.
Okay, so students entering this program should more than likely plan to pursue a PhD after.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Because the specificity of this program is to train the students for research in AI. It's not just to train, not just, but it's not to train an engineer in AI. It's really to train researchers in AI. So either in public institution, for example, you can do some research in AI at the university, in engineering school, but you can also do research in AI in some private companies. So really, this is the focus of this program. Yeah.
And will Polytechnique offer an appropriate track for a PhD in machine learning or AI for students who graduate from this program?
So we will maybe have some scholarship to propose in order to pursue in a PhD, but basically the idea is that you can seek a PhD in among partners of École Polytechnique, so all over the world, and in particular with partners like I said, Telecom and Star and INRIA, which are partners for this particular program. But really, you do not have any. We do not want students to be to have a specific direction before entering this program. Students can really go everywhere and to do many different kind of research in AI.
So even though the idea is that they will go on to pursue a PhD, it's possible to work after this graduate program?
Yeah,
okay.
Of course, yeah.
And in what kinds of jobs?
So basically you have all jobs that are related to machine learning, because you have a strong component in first year in machine learning and also in second year, but less. For example, you can work in all GAFA, so Google, Amazon, Facebook, and Apple. You have really important jobs in I don't know what are the application, but let's say online advertisement, dealing with huge data set in order to process them. Autonomous vehicle, which is also a strong field these days. Personalized medicine, which is also really important. So all these huge companies and all startups are dealing with this kind of problems, are hiring students that come from degrees, curriculum in AI or in machine learning.
And how competitive is this job market? Is it easy for students with these expertise and skills to find jobs?
Yeah, because we are going to train students that will have at the end of the program a strong implementation skills, strong skills in computer science, and these are students that are hired every day and in machine learning and in this field. So it's really easy if you have some strong implementation skills to be hired in those startups or in those big companies.
All right, let's take the next question.
Do you organize any visits to developers or off-site seminars and visits? So it depends. If you are a developer and you want to discuss with some researcher in AI, you can also just send an email and we will be happy to discuss about AI or machine learning. Basically in research, researchers are really inclined to discuss of their particular research. And if you are companies and you want to visit École Polytechnique, you can also make an appointment with researchers in order to see what are the research which is taken care of at École Polytechnique, and then we can discuss about partnerships and about how École Polytechnique is able to help companies and how companies can provide interesting application for researchers.
And what about for your students in this program? Have you organized any visits with your partners to their headquarters or to their research teams?
So we will have some visits at the beginning of the next year, trying to because we are currently building a partners circle, trying to gather many partners industrial partners for this program. So we believe that it will be able to go into these particular companies and to see what kind of research they are doing. So the idea is really that students will be really close to companies and will be really close to industries in order to understand what kind of problems they are facing and how they can help, what they are taught can be of help for these particular companies.
All right, let's take this question here.
What kinds of assignments will we have to validate? Will we design and program robots? That's a good question. So it depends on the course, because in courses that are not related to robots, you won't have to design and program robots. It really depends. Teachers are free to define their own validation skills. So, for example, possible examination would be like standardization on a paper. You will also have projects, okay, where you will be able to validate by presenting some research paper, because this is a formation that deals with research, and we want to be close to our current research, particularly in deep learning. So we will let students read papers and understand on their own research, and then they will try to give us some feedback in the class about what they have learned. So this is also a possibility. And for courses that deals with robots, then you will have the possibility to. So I don't know if the students will be able to design robots, but they will deal with robots. There will be actual robots in this program. And I don't know which particular skills they will implement. If this is more designing robots, or if this is more about it will be. I think it will be more about controlling robots and trying to understand and to design specific trajectories for robots, for example.
And how collaborative is this program? Is there a lot of group work, or is it a lot of individual work?
It really depends. I would say that there are a strong group component in this program, as in all the degrees in École Polytechnique. Students are really, I would say that they are really happy in this kind of program, because this will be a small, there will be a small number of students. So yeah, so I think there will be a team spirit in this program. And for most assignments, they will be able to do this type of assignment by 2 or by 3. For example, if the validation is about trying to code some particular algorithm, this code can be done by a group of 2 or group of 3. It really depends.
And will there be opportunities to do research for real-world cases, for companies that might be seeking a particular set of skills with Polytechnique students?
So you will have, in second year, you will have a Thunders project, which will take place from September to March. And during this project, so you will have companies at the beginning of the year that will propose some subjects. So related to AI, of course. So, for example, I don't know, detecting faces and tracking people in videos, or I don't know, trying to understand how particular robots can be, understanding the trajectory of particular robots or stuff like that. And during like 7 months, students will be able to work with these companies, to work with particular people in these companies, in order to try to solve this particular problem. And as I said, try to figure out solutions, particular concrete solutions for this type of problem.
All right, let's take this next question here.
What kinds of lab facilities will be accessible for students in this program? Robotics construction labs.
Very interested in robotics, these students.
Yeah, of course. So in Polytechnique, I think we do not have a strong robotic labs. But we will have access to, so we will have teachers that are really strong in robotics, coming from INRIA, and we will have access to robots in order to for these particular courses to take place. So basically, I would say that there will be no access to robotic construction lab or labs dealing with robotics, but students will have access to robots. And they will have access to the design and programming skills needed to program robots.
What kinds of other facilities will students be using in this program?
So, you mean at École Polytechnique?
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Are there any particular labs or workshops that they'll be working in?
So you will have access to a particular seminar each week, and so it depends on the classes. So basically, you will have each day will be about a specific course, and the morning of each day will be dedicated to like theoretical course, and the afternoon of each day will be dedicated to implementation of what you have seen in the beginning of the day. So basically, you will have access to computers, of course, in the afternoon, and basically in the morning, where it will be more about understanding the theory of particular algorithms.
All right, moving on. Up next, we have the expert question. And here's your question right here.
How does this program address the ethics of designing and using AI? So, good question. I think I've already given some elements, because we have a weekly, as I said before in the 3 words, we want really students to be responsible, because we want them to think about what they are creating and to think about the impact on the society. And to do so, we will have some courses and particularly some weekly seminar in second year, which will be about law and ethics. So basically, you have many interesting questions related to ethics of AI, ethics of machine learning. For example, the privacy of the data privacy, the anonymity of data, because, for example, it's really important when you collect data that people related to this data are anonymous, because, for example, you do not want, if you want to release this data to other partners, you do not want that privacy of people would be impacted. But it's not so easy, because if you have some really important information on people, then you can retrieve specifically who is that person. Okay. So you will have to, there is a whole theory in applied mathematics and in machine learning in order to try designing algorithms that are efficient and that take care of privacy and of anonymity. Because if you remove all information, okay, of course, people, the anonymity will be preserved, okay, but you won't have any information in your data set, so algorithm won't be efficient. So you have to find a trade-off between the anonymity and the statistical performance of your algorithm.
Okay, so you're not only talking about how to responsibly use data and private information from users, but also how to design protections for them as well.
Yeah, of course.
And this is a weekly seminar, you said, or they'll be discussing it on a weekly basis, these issues.
Yeah, in second year for 6 or 7 months, for the first 6 or 7 months, students will have presentation from companies or from researchers about this kind of problems.
Yeah. All right, let's take this next question from our chat here.
I have 2 years of professional experience and I would like to specialize in AI now. Do I have my chances of being accepted, or is there an age limit? So there is no age limit, so this is not a problem. The thing is that we are looking for people that have a strong background in mathematics and in informatics. So usually when you have a professional experience, you are not doing many math, okay? So there is no age limit, and this is not a problem, but the problem which is related to having a professional experience is that you won't have, you have forgot about the specific skills about mathematics. So it depends. It's not. It's not really arbitrary, but
it's not a deal breaker.
No.
Is it possible for them to take refresher courses to get up to speed on the skills that will be required?
Yeah. So if they already have an initial formation, initial training in mathematics, it is possible, of course. The thing is, we won't accept people that do not have any skills in mathematics, any formation, any training in mathematics.
All right. Let's take this question here.
I am most interested in deep learning. How much does this topic figure into the curriculum? So
can you start by maybe explaining the difference between deep learning and machine learning?
Yeah, so deep learning is a particular, I would say that it's a particular subfield of machine learning, but these days I think it's not relevant anymore because deep learning has also grown into a particular field by itself.
Okay.
So basically, deep learning is about dealing with neural networks. You can see neural network when you have some application dealing with videos or dealing with text or images. Usually, these are done by using deep learning. So deep learning is about trying to figure out how to find relevant information in images, videos, and text, just to name a few. For example, if you look at autonomous vehicle, the way you drive, the way autonomous vehicle drive itself is partially done by using deep learning. So this is really a strong field or strong subfield of machine learning. And this particular topic will be taken care of in a course which will last 3 months in the second year.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it figures pretty prominently in the curriculum.
Yeah.
Okay.
So basically in the curriculum in second year you have like 2 big courses, one big course being deep learning and the other being reinforcement learning, because this is at the basis of machine learning.
All right, let's take this question right here.
What kind of housing is available to students? So you can have housing opportunities in the campus of École Polytechnique. It's provided for any students that enter the program. Yeah, don't know.
Okay, where exactly is the campus of Polytechnique for students who don't know? I mean, most students probably think they're coming to Paris.
Yeah, if you want the official answer, I would say that it is in Paris. If you want the precise answer, I would say that it is near Paris.
Okay.
At the south of Paris, so in the large suburbs of Paris. So you have to take a train to go into École Polytechnique. So the good thing is that you will have the opportunity to have housing opportunity in École Polytechnique, in the campus of École Polytechnique. So you won't have to commute every day from Paris to École Polytechnique. And the campus, so the housing in the campus is really close to the teaching facilities.
And how far is Polytechnique, whenever you take the train from Paris to Polytechnique, how long does that commute usually take?
So it depends on where you are in Paris. Usually it's like an hour or so.
Okay. So is it advisable to live on campus or to live in student housing while attending Polytechnique to be closer?
Yeah. I mean, from my experience, so for example, I live in Paris and I commute every day to go to Polytechnique, so it's totally feasible. Yeah.
All right. Let's take this question here.
Which skills in AI are employers looking for today? So basically, they are looking for implementation skills in AI. So, of course,
meaning what? What does that mean? Implementation skills.
So the ability to code, the ability to program and to program efficiently algorithm, because I wouldn't say everyone, but many people can can code a particular algorithm. But for some people, the algorithm would take like 1 hour, and for other people, it would take like 1 day. So, of course, when you are a company, if you can have the answer in 1 hour or in 1 day, you would prefer to have it in 1 hour or maybe in 1 second. The idea is really that companies are looking for students that are able to code this algorithm really efficiently. And we also want students to have some knowledge about what they are implementing, because nowadays there are many machine learning and artificial intelligence algorithms, and we want students to understand the differences, the theoretical differences between this type of algorithm and this other type of algorithm. So basically I would say that this is coding abilities, coding capacities, and also a strong component in understanding what are the algorithm, what are doing the algorithm.
All right, very good. Unfortunately, we are almost out of time, so would you like to leave us with some last thoughts?
So I would say that this program has many questions focused on deals with robotics and visual computing. So this is really the strong part of this program, and maybe the main difference between this program and other AI program that you can see in Paris or in France or over the world. So I would say that this is our strength. the fact that we have some specificity, and I think we can't have. It's good to have AI program with some specificities and not to have like many AI program popping up in France and just the same program everywhere. So, yeah.
All right, very good. Well, thank you very much, Erwan, for being here and sharing your insight, and thank you for tuning in. We'll see you again next time right here on Campus Channel.